Good afternoon. It's me, Dr. Mel from justmillet.com. We're gonna mix the bread, put it in a pan shaped, and let it rise. This is the ultimate minimum effort for bread. All right, I've got some boiling water, and actually it's boiling clove water. I hope this doesn't kill my sourdough starter. Wouldn't that be something? But it smells really good. So I'm gonna put about 50 grams of 60, 55, somewhere in there, of the boiling water into my bowl. And then we're gonna spoon in some 25 or so grams of high crystin flour. Oh, I did 30. Oh well. All right, and I'm just gonna mix this into a paste. So udane is not something I skip when I'm sick. So I have, thank you. So we have about 50 grams of water in the pot. I have 450 grams of grains today. So I'm gonna measure about 400 grams of water. We're gonna just make sure that udane is up off the bottom of the pan, bowl, whatever you want to call it. What?
Remember this book?
Yeah. The Minecraft book, I remember it.
The enchant stuff and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I need this book for a really long time.
There we go. Yeah, you haven't used that book in a while.
Yeah.
Lemon juice.
I just found it on the shelf.
Okay. The next thing we need is some sourdough starter. I've got what's left from when I fed this batch and then made pasta out of it. It's been sitting in my pretty cold kitchen. It's hungry. I can see that it's darkened in color. And we're just gonna scoop it all up. All right, so we've got like maybe 80 grams of starter. And then last but not least, we need sea salt. I need a towel in here, a paper towel or something.
How to make a bridge?
Okay, 8 grams. I mean, it's all same as usual. We're just changing up how we do things today. We're not doing stretch and folds or coil folds or anything like that today. And that's one of the things I like about sourdough, is that we don't have to. Okay. Flour, water, salt, yeast, and for us, sourdough starter. If you want to make this with yeast, you totally can. It's just, you got to keep an eye on your dough for when it rises, and you can bake it. This could take all day to rise. Could take 4, 6, 8 hours. I don't know. We'll know when we look at the dough and it looks good. We're going to mix that for a minute. Scrape down the bowl. And then keep mixing.
This one
Yeah.
is about swords.
Ooh. That's great. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's mix this up. Or get any of the...
It is about
Keep the
blocks
flour
that
down.
will kill things.
Oh, really?
It's a killer book.
Oh, okay. High speed. Let's get it done. I realized I'm almost out of my hard wheat berries. Not all the way out. I have a bucket, but I didn't want to refill them because... So I did 200 grams of spelt, about 150 of hard wheat, and the rest as kamut. So 200 of spelt, 200 of kamut, 150 of hard wheat, and that is what is in this mix today. And we're doing about 100% hydration, which could be a little high for this type of bread, but whatever we do, we're just doing it today. We're not worrying. Oh, I heard the flop flop. That's a good sign. There it is. Can you hear it? Pop, 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 pop. That's a good sign we're going to get there. The bowl's starting to be clean. More flapping. Now you know I don't stop till the whole bowl is clean. All the way at the very bottom needs to be clear. Oh, is that the one? Yours is one of those. That's one of them, but see if you can find the one about, I think it's a missing tooth or something. Yeah. Bottom of the bowl. We have cleaned the bowl. Our dough is nice and stretchy all the way to the bottom. That, my friends, will make a window pane. And really making a big mistake by using this for this particular method, but I don't care. We're gonna do it anyway. Okay. Just like that. It doesn't cover everything, all the sides, but it covers the whole bottom, which is the most important. Okay. I'm gonna get this out of the bowl. See how stretchy and beautiful? We can do a little bit of lamination, which will be helpful. Okay, so stretch it over this way. Pick up any extra. Alright, and now we can make this into a ball. Alright, and if I were making a bowl, then this would be a great place to leave it, don't you think? But we're not doing a bowl, we're doing a card, if you will. So we're just gonna push on one side here, like no joke. We're just shaping it up rough, real rough. I'm gonna wet my hands. If we want to, we can roll it up. You really don't need to do any of that. Just stick it in the pan, right? There it is. We're gonna let that rise. One thing that will be very beneficial is something to keep your dough from drying out. And shower caps work so wonderfully. And I like how these little thingies keep it up so it's not gonna hit. So we can see that it's lower than the bottom of the pan by half an inch or so. And when this starts to rise up and look good, then we're gonna bake it. And that's it. I'm back. I am getting another cup of tea, and I thought, oh, I better check in on my bread and see how it's doing. And I just wanted to show you that this is what it looks like now. Looking pretty good. Jiggly, it's got some bubbles in there. I'm not ready to bake this just yet, but I will preheat my oven a while. I'm gonna let it rise a little bit more. But if you were impatient and it rose this much, you could give it a bake. That's all. Let me get my oven started. Time my oven's done preheating to 450 degrees, this is probably gonna be ready for me to put it in there. Now I have this on my cast iron and on my Nutrimilk sourdough warmer, which is awesome. I'll see you later when it's time to bake this. This is a great way to make bread if you don't want to do any of the other things. Just mix it till window pane, shape it, put it in the pan, bake it when it's risen. Okay, my oven has preheated to 450 degrees. Look, folks, you see that? Our sourdough, which we mixed, shaped, and let sit here, is now well risen above the top of the pan. It's time to put on another pan. Which I have right here. And bake it. 450 degrees, covered for 30 minutes. Then we'll take the lid off and check it and bake for the rest. See you later. Here we are. This is fresh out of the oven. Baked 30 minutes at 450 with the lid on, 10 minutes with the lid off. I couldn't find my thermometer, so I just baked it the full 10 minutes extra. And boom, out it comes. Even if it's stuck to the sides of the pan, that's just beautiful. This is what I mean. You can bake sourdough bread with very limited effort. You don't have to do stretch and folds, coil folds, all that other stuff. You can do it the exact same way you would do with yeast. The difference is that you're just gonna let the bread rise for hours instead of minutes to an hour. That's it. That's it, folks. Okay, we know we're not gonna cut this while the bread is still hot, but I am gonna let it cool here and turn off my oven. And welcome back, everybody. Our sourdough has cooled. And we can see that thanks to us not shaping it at the very end, you can see that the crust has some big areas inside. Let's see how the crumb is affected. Okay. That, my friends, is not a bad slice of bread. Okay. You can see that it's a more, I'm gonna say open crumb. Nice and even. We did pretty good there. Maybe a little bit underproofed. See how the holes are bigger up here and then smaller down here. This tells us that we could have let it rise a little longer. But considering how much it rose, I think we did a pretty good job. And look how it's nice and squishy. And flexible. Now this is one of those videos where we could squeeze up our bread and it's gonna open back up. We didn't do stretch and folds or any of that nonsense. We just kneaded it till it was window pane, shaped it and let it rise in the pan just like you would do with yeast bread, and then baked it. So it's slightly different in its turnout, but this is a strong piece of bread. I can pull on it. Can you see the elasticity? I'm going to call that elasticity of the bread. It's just beautiful. So, very good. I could put some peanut butter or something on this. Okay. Baby, you want some bread?
Sure. You sure?
Yep.
Okay, I'm in.
Here. Oh. There you go.
Thank you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did it again.
I did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Zoop.
Yummy bread.
Thank you. Mmm. Delicious. Mm-hmm. It's just beautiful. It's so good. So, I like to play with my bread dough, especially because it helps teach everybody all the different steps and how to like become familiar with the bread process. But you can totally skip all that and still get a great bread. Okay? That's all. I just wanted to show you. And I also wanted to make sure we had bread on hand for tomorrow. So, have a great night. And as always, it's always better when you just mill it.